Love is eternal. That's what it says above the mausoleum. Buried inside are the Baxendales, Thomas and Esther, and their faithful pets. 3 horses, Old Nellie, Dawn, and Dora Dutton, and 2 dogs, Fairy and Rex, their beloved Arabian Greyhound. I've been coming to this island, a medieval masterpiece in the heart of Buzzards Bay, since I was a little girl. Legend has it that this place holds healing waters, safe from snares. But there's something else. Something just doesn't feel right.
Well, they didn't adhere to anything she wanted in her will.
Right?
They completely discounted it, and it seemed like they took the money out. Then they gave it to the Animal Rescue League, and they took the money out. It's supposed to be like a center for world peace and animal and children welfare and, you know, solving big problems in the world. In theory, we shouldn't be living here, but it's too late now.
It is too late now. You can't.
That should have been settled in 1920, whenever.
This is the story of Thomas and Esther Baxendale, who built a legacy to last, honoring nature, wildlife, and the quest for learning. After spending the majority of their life in the congested city, the Baxendales finally found a place of calm retreat and seclusion by the sea. With healing salt baths and artisanal spring water, they named this paradise Amrita Island. Thomas Baxendale, a master inventor and designer, comes up with the plan. He would design all the cottages, and Esther, his wife, would design the exteriors. Soon, an entire island with rental properties and a mansion to house their extensive collection of jewels, diamonds, and antiques is the Baxendales Island Haven. After hand-picking ancient fieldstones, the West Falmouth pink granite that Jackie O obsessed over, and personally designing each and every detail, the Baxendales start holding educational lectures in the hope that this island, Amrita, named after their extensive travels far east, would inspire and heal others the way it had for them. But suddenly, in 1910, Thomas dies. Esther drafts the will, confident that this place can be saved. She writes into the Enterprise in 1910 that it was our purpose, our intention, to set Amrita Island as a perpetual memorial. Initially, she entrusts her husband's dear friend and pastor, Alan Bedford Hudson, to be the trustee. The trustee would live in Island Haven, renting out all the other cottages for money, and they'd host educational lectures for the foundation. And once a year, she requested a Sabbath memorial with island roses and lilies. In return, the trustee would receive housing on the island, a $1,200 salary, and 10% of gross income of the Brockton rental properties. You could sell some of her other real estate, but not Amrita. It was to be held intact and in trust forever as the home and place of the Baxendale Foundation. In 1916, Alan Hudson dies. It is unclear if Esther was swayed by who she thought was a friend, Harvard president A. Lawrence Lowell, whom she and her husband admired and had hosted multiple times on Amrita, or if it was simply because neither of the Hudson boys went to Harvard on the scholarship she established for them. But Esther completely cut the Hudsons out of the well. The most valuable assets went to Harvard, specifically to the president of Harvard. And her collection of jewels, diamonds, and antiques went to the Vivisection Investigation League. Reassured by the confidence of an intellectual that her wishes and dreams would be fulfilled, Esther spends her final days accumulating property around Amrita and distributing pennies amongst her friends and family. In 1927, Harvard accepted the Baxendale Trust with the influence of A. Lawrence Lowell. The beloved lectures at Island Grove that attracted talent from all over the world halted after 12 years. And in 1931, Harvard had the estate assessed. Lowell, who the Baxendales considered a friend, decided Amrita was too far from Boston and MBL wasn't a suitable fit, so Harvard was out. In 1934, Harvard donated the Baxendale Trust to the Animal Rescue League of Boston. A mortgage went missing, and a large gentleman's diamond ring promised to the disinherited son of Allen Hudson were eventually recovered from the clasp of A. Lawrence Lowell. With tons of money, properties, and a president who saw Esther's vision, the Animal Rescue League started off beautifully. Educational camp runs for years on this magical island by the sea. Lectures, dining in the mansion, and housing all around the island for teachers and students alike. The Animal Rescue League understood the Baxendales' mission so clearly that in their 1944 publication of Our Four-Footed Friends, they noted, "The Baxendale Memorial Foundation is a sacred trust. The island is the resting place of the Baxendales, and failure to live up to the desires of the Baxendales, to divert it to cross purposes, would be the desecration of a tomb."
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
In 1946, things changed. There was an advertisement in the New York Times for the sale of all of Amrita Island for $55,000. No buyers. Then, in 1951, a lawyer, Richard Johnson, drew up the subdivision of Amrita. The camp moves to rundown buildings on the mainland. But people didn't care. They loved camp, especially my dad, who still raves about it today. The league continued to sell off Baxendale assets, even allowing former president to tear down Castle Lamar to build his own mansion. This continued until Amrita became completely privatized. The mausoleum became the only remaining memorial of the Baxendales, the foundation of the trust. Then, in 2007, citing a need to refocus on the mission of their founder, Anna Harris Smith, who ironically enough was a close friend of Esther's, camp closed. Friends of the Baxendales have been trying to get the attention of the Animal Rescue League for years and have not been successful at engaging. The Baxendales were gentle, animal-loving people, and yet it seems greed and corruption have shattered their wholesome dreams. You can't unsell Amrita, nor can you rebuild the cottages Thomas built, but we can be better stewards to the Baxendales. They built a legacy and donated their entire fortune to protect that legacy. A little human kindness can go a long way. Even disgraced Harvard president A. Lawrence Lowell donated 100 acres on Cape Cod when he died. Maybe out of guilt of how he had betrayed the Baxendales, or maybe he too realized life is tough and that a place safe from snares, a safety and peace for all who enter here, both man and beast, can mean the world of a difference.